And we're live. Repeating what he just said, when last we were out here, there was a small problem with a bridge.
Oh, there we go.
And we have a possibly magical rabbit of unknown origin.
It's really a major issue for you, isn't it?
Not really, that's kind of funny to me.
Oh,
Honestly,
well.
for the moment, because we're likely to be in combat, unless if Bun is relevant, we should probably just remove Bun from the board for now.
We don't want to lose Bun in the canyon.
No.
Is someone currently holding the bunny, or
Nah.
I don't think it was.
right? So, as you enter the canyon, you hear a roar from the far side.
Perception check!
Yeah, that's fair.
Bun hops in a direction, and you consider that to probably be the most healthy decision it's ever made.
Wait.
Oh shit, I have to open up.
I mean, clearly that Bun knows how to survive in hostile environments, so...
Yeah.
So I got a 37 on perception.
I got something terrible.
I mean, you very much definitely heard the roar from the other side. What are you trying to do with that perception check?
Look down the canyon to see if I can try and figure out what the fuck made that roar.
A noise happened. We're looking for what made that noise.
You aren't able to make it out at this distance. In fact, there's stuff in the way.
I see Bun down there, you can't lie to me.
Bun is not the item that made that roar.
Pretty sure.
Yes.
Okay.
And so are you. It definitely came from a different direction.
It's just, I sit there for a moment and go, alright, today Anatoly should probably be in front because I don't know if we're going to get spontaneously attacked before we can reply.
Yeah.
Also, should we do a buff round?
Not right now.
No? You said
I know you at least have your Wrathful Mantle.
I mean, yeah, that doesn't last for 8 hours, huh? Does it? Hold on. Maybe you're remembering that wrong. No, it's 1 minute a level.
Few minutes, but fair.
It's gonna take a hell of a lot longer than 11 minutes to get to the bridge. Oh, okay.
Like, the bridge is right over there.
I'm going to check. I'm going to kind of lean over and check and see what the hell. What's with this area here-ish. Is there anything of note down below? Is there anything obviously there?
Apologies, camera is currently not centered. Down into the canyon?
Yeah. Like,
You can barely see any distance at all. It is misty.
yeah, I figured that. But the walls themselves, like just below us, is there anything interesting about them?
Not that catches your eye.
Alright. Does it look... How rough is the stone around here? Is it easily climbable?
I wouldn't say easily, but it's definitely functionally climbable.
Alright. Excellent.
Is that bridge actually made of wood?
Yes, it absolutely is.
Okay.
Hey, that is mildly concerning.
How fucking rickety is this bridge? I mean, just looking at it from here, That looks rickety.
Do you have knowledge architecture?
I do.
No, I do not. But I do have
DC
perception
with
checks.
I have knowledge of everything. Well, okay, architecture isn't a knowledge skill. You mean engineering?
Yes, I did mean engineering.
The first time I've ever had a game where knowledge engineering happened.
No, it's happened
Yeah,
in our game once before.
Figured
There
it
you
needed
go.
some love.
24. Oh, sorry, did I say 24? Actually, yeah, 24.
You are relatively confident that it will be able to hold up for Anatoly crossing and the other two of you crossing. They're not necessarily all three at once.
That's splendid. I'm just like, this thing is insecure enough that it might fall if all of us cross at once, which is a problem.
From
By
where
the way,
I am...
I'm just making this completely certain right now, before everybody keeps running off, before I can actually say this.
Nope.
I am casting both Shield and Eldoria Alacrity on myself.
Todd, can I see that broken bridge over here, or do I roll perception for that?
You can see it. It's well above the layers of mist.
Hey guys. I think I might be going to climb it over there. Check out what's over at that destroyed bridge. I don't think we're going to have a chance in a bit.
Oh.
I think this... It looks like this is the only bridge across. Anybody have a problem with that, or reasons not to?
I mean, personally, I don't think we should split up right now, and if you're climbing, you'll be vulnerable.
I can fight while climbing.
I'm saying that we can't really help. Well, okay, I can fly, I guess, but
I could summon a spiritual ally.
I'm just thinking that we're probably not going to get a chance to do this in a bit. Or rather, we might. I don't know.
personally, I think you should investigate it after we deal with whatever the hell is causing problems.
Very well. Well,
Okay, because of the stability of this bridge, I'm popping fly on myself.
Anatoly, you want a ring of slow fall?
Yes, please.
Yep, I hand him over my ring of slow fall for a bit. I am going to want that back.
Of course.
Thank you.
Anyway, yeah, Todd, if you'd make my character fly.
Yeah, sorry about that. Why that's not in the GM menu and other things are, I have no idea.
I think that happened before GM menu was really a thing.
Fair. Anyway. I say, well, I've cast the buff spell, so we should probably start moving across.
I think Anatoly should go first, then you and I.
Well, I'll stick next to Anatoly.
Yeah, you're flying. I kinda don't want to cast that spell.
I see that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Anatoly, at the very least, as you're about to step across, sees obvious dragon wings sweeping through the canyon.
Good question. How the hell did you pull that off?
I'm really sad I missed that. I don't think my recording did, but I did. Shit.
How did I pull what off exactly?
The frickin' actual visual effect of the dragon wings through the fog.
You probably-
I put a dragon and I dragged it through the fog?
Okay, I'm surprised you managed to get it. You must have, like, pre-checked exactly where it would be semi-visible. Anyway.
I can see it the same you can.
Yeah.
Yep. You still managed to get that exactly perfect. Anyway, sorry for distracting for a moment, but...
Well, I guess I'm going across the bridge.
Oh boy. I stick right next to Gage. Yeah, I see that.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where the hell did my die go? Anyways, that actually I'll just put it in battle chat.
Ow. Ow, that is a 3.
Ooh, tasty.
Let me see here.
My bonus. $10. My total is 10. Ow.
I was really keeping an eye out. Oh, first things first, I buffed my blade as a swift action. I see it's a fucking dragon.
As you buff your blade, you just hear a whisper of, fuck, from it.
Hey, wait, what color is this dragon?
Oh, that's true. Actually, I rolled frickin' what knowledge check?
Blood knowledge check?
I
No,
said
he's
what
asking
knowledge? Isn't it?
I'm not-
It's dragon.
I'm not 100% sure. For now, we'll go with, yeah. And it is green.
Oh, okay.
Wow. On one hand, that is a terrible roll. On the other hand, Arcana's a specialty of mine. So, that is a 24.
That's a scary amount of arcane knowledge.
Oh gosh, I'm not 100% sure how much information you ought to have from that.
I'm gonna assume the reason, from a lore perspective, the reason I rolled so low is I still see it approaching through the fog and don't exactly have time to identify specific traits about it.
Yeah, you determine very quickly that it is green, and from what extensive knowledge you have of this nature, it's going to be immune to acid and paralysis and sleep.
And
With not insignificant spell resistance on top of that.
Oh.
As a quick estimate, what kind of what's the approximate size range? Like, as in, like, child to adult to elder, etc.
Adults.
Okay, that's not horrible.
Oh. Does this look like the kind of dragon that can be reasoned with?
Any dragons can, but it's already caused a huge amount of problems.
Right, murdering the dragon it is.
I mean, I actually call out, you know, it's probably an adult. And by the way, I cast Shocking Grasp and prepare an action to stab.
Alright.
Right.
Oh shit. Do Do we need to roll for frightful presence?
Yes. You need to roll for frightful presence.
Okay, that's an effective 34 for my nat 20.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Okay, my total
I imagine this was Will.
is... Okay, there we go.
I think I get bonus. Do I get bonuses against fear effects, or is it just against sleep effects?
Wow, 12.
My previous experiences with dealing with an undead dragon have rendered me completely unshaken.
I'm guessing 12 is not enough.
No.
It is not enough. Asish, you are shaken.
I was frightened and shaken. Or, oh, it's an or. Never mind.
For 19 rounds.
Well, basically, probably as long as this combat's gonna last.
Yeah, so that's, inconvenient, I'd say.
No, it flew under the bridge. That was kind of unexpected.
That's the altitude it was at, so...
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like, it didn't immediately attack us or anything. It just...
Well, the thing is, it crosses under the bridge. When it comes out the other side, there's not just one of it.
Is there not? Because I only see one, but...
Yeah, I mean, this is a spell effect.
Oh.
Instead, there are 3 flying side by side, and you have no idea which one is the real one.
Oh.
Mirror image. Let me see here. Mirror image is... Is there a resist? I guess there's not.
That's it for the turn, though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get the fuck back across over the bridge.
Not going to be on the bridge.
Yeah. I am not flying. And I don't really know what to do from here now. I guess I'll just... That's it.
So... Mechanically, what does Shaken do? Because I know what,
It's a -2 to basically everything.
Okay.
So, given how badly that he fucked up the DC, I'm surprised he's not frightened.
Expeditious retreat.
Just
landing
runs
back
across the bridge.
If there ever was a time to use it. Even though I've got my bracelet of stop party splitting, but that works too.
You know what? That doesn't that thing have a limited number of uses?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anatoly, my ring! I do not want to be falling down there without it.
You know, to be entirely honest, my character probably just with this particular framing simultaneously looks like a fool and a badass. As he just stands there floating above the bridge with his black crystal and rapier crackling with electrical energy as he stares the dragon in the face with not a hint of fear.
Thank you. Immediately puts on ring. And that's my turn.
Oh, you can press end turn.
Oh, right.
Now look at our friendly neighborhood dragon, and in Draconic ask, for what reason do you attack those who cross this bridge?
Food, money, treasure. What else? It's my territory. And your lives are mine.
So the standard. I freaking and I simply call out. The dragon's reasoning is greed. I think we're morally justified.
The generic answer?
You probably didn't hear me say the generic answer because I said that in Draconic.
So it's just a giant scaly bandit.
The question is, does the Sheesh know Draconic? Really? Okay.
No, my languages are common in Thieves' Cant. I don't have many languages.
Amazing, even though you're a frickin'... I'm still curious how you became a Magus, anyway.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting story someday.
It is an interesting story. His backstory's... At least, I think it's pretty fun.
Regardless.
Especially since it gives me an explicit ability to just pull in somebody if Hasish dies.
Sit there and go. Also, thank God talking is a free action. Anatoly, should I bring it over to you?
As much as I don't want to say yes, probably.
Well... Actually... Fuck. I'm really Actually, no, I really probably shouldn't. Yeah. There. And I prepare an action to stab if it enters melee range. I know it probably won't, but... Right, that's my turn.
So, the dragon continues its flight up and clings to the far wall for a moment, and then casts another spell upon itself. You're not entirely sure what it was.
I can't roll spellcraft and knowledge.
You can roll spellcraft, but see where that gets you.
Okay, dice.
That is a... My brain can't math today. 31 to spellcraft.
It just casts shield.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Oh,
Your magic missiles are useless.
damn it!
Yeah, Sanders' poor favorite spell. I mean, I'll declare, and that was shield.
Perfect.
You hear a humph of disgruntlement when you make that declaration.
I'll smile at it and call out to it. For such a great dragon as yourself, you'd think that this much preparation would be pointless.
For such confident shits as yourself, I know my prudence.
Sits there and support prudence.
So I
The
imagine
dragon
from its
looks slightly
intentions-
embarrassed. Sorry, Gage.
It's fine. So I imagine from its intentions, it's going to be an evil dragon.
Yes. Very much so.
Oh, good. So that'll actually kind of not suck.
Is there a way for me to overcome the fear effect?
Not for a while.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
In the future, I recommend taking a few I forget what the potion is called, but anti-fear potions.
Okay, so first of all, as a swift action, I'm casting Protection of Energy on myself. It's going to be against acid.
That's probably for the best.
And, oh fuck, I did not write that down, and where's my list? Well shit, I lost my list of prepared spells. Oh well, I guess I'll go ahead and cast Wrathful Mantle on all of us then. Because I know I have that one prepared.
Oh,
Yeah, that'll be it.
what does that do?
+2 in all saves. For
Oh.
all of us.
So,
For 11 minutes.
I'm effectively no longer shaken.
Well,
+2.
you still have a -2 on attacks and stuff.
It's a +2 enhancement bonus, which matters occasionally.
Okay.
But
Oh, shit, where is it? I cast Blur upon myself. Now the dragon has, well, it's a dragon, it's got a breath weapon.
yeah, honestly, the breath weapon is pretty concerning to me since I have an estimate of how much damage it does.
That is not the spell I... Okay. Fuck it. I'm gonna cast shields instead. And that is my turn.
I unfortunately cannot parry a breath weapon. I don't think the timing on that would work out. I will ask DM just to be sure. My spell, yeah. I have a spell called Bladed Dash, which is basically a teleport. Is it possible to prepare it to dodge out of the way of a breath attack?
Yes. Yes,
Yes?
it is.
Alright. I will prepare the action to do it because this is the correct way to dodge a cone attack at an angle towards the dragon to dodge out of the cone.
Is this angle towards the dragon also going to give you the opportunity to attack?
Depending on what range the dragon uses the breath attack at.
Alright. That's your turn?
Also, my, frickin' yes, and also my, the previous spell on my sword extinguishes.
The dragon leaps off from where it was hanging on the rock and buzzes past you with a breath weapon attack.
Can we get a cone on that? It's really hard to do this into midair.
Yeah, it is. So, you do get a reflex
Regardless-
save. Indeed, everyone gets a reflex save, although someone is going to be doing a lot better at it.
Oh,
Fuck you, dice.
I got a
The dice
25.
do not like you today, do they?
No, they do not.
This is DC 22 for half.
I failed. Me and my fucking 5.
got a 27. Is it half in my case?
No, it's escaped in your case, given your prepared action.
Also, if you give me control of my character to move. Right.
So, how much damage did we take?
You took 34, Gage took 17.
Also, I immediately get a full attack action. What? Fuck, that's awful. That is a, Actually, damn it, that's a 25. I think that first one misses.
It does.
However, I think that second one crits. Or, well, rolls to confirm crit.
What's the to hit on the second one?
That is 28.
It misses.
Oh, on the confirmation? Okay. The actual confirmation, or I mean the actual 2 hit on the second one is 36.
Okay, that does connect.
And then I'm gonna assume that last die misses, because it would. And, alright. Okay, so it connects. Okay. Well, it's definitely more intimidating than a standard adult dragon. Well, oh wait, never mind, it cast shield. Are you serious? I'd say that's 9 damage. Or, oh wait, no, that's, okay. That's 9 physical damage plus 3 electrical damage.
Alright. And that's its turn. Anatoly?
So it's still pretty much right above the bridge?
Yeah, pretty much.
How high over the bridge is it?
High enough that you won't be able to reach with a melee attack.
That's fair enough. I'm casting Searing Light at it.
Alright. Roll Speller Resistance? Or is Searing Light bypassing that?
I doubt it, unless Divine Spells somehow...
That has Speller Resistance, yes,
Yeah.
so roll Speller Resistance.
Okay, what am I rolling and what now?
I think that's just a caster level check, plus any bonuses you have to overcoming Speller Resistance, which probably isn't much.
It's just 1d20 plus caster level?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 24.
Alright, you beat its spell resistance.
Wait, is
Cool.
that the same as concentration check then?
Not quite.
Okay.
There, now I'm making
It's a similar roll, but it has different things give it bonuses.
Okay.
Crap, I already forgot how to calculate for spells.
Is that a touch attack on the 2
Yes.
hit? You hit.
Well, alright.
Touch AC isn't very good on this one.
It takes that much damage.
Alright. That much damage has been applied. Asish?
It's the power of the sun.
Which is starting to explain gives me plus 10 to my jump. That would still be 20 feet though. I ran up the wall. And now that would be 50 feet. Shit. Nope. I guess I'm just casting spells at it. Because as awesome as it would be to jump on the bugger's back and start stabbing at it, I'm casting Scorching Ray. Now, do I make 1 or 3 rolls against spell resistance here?
1.
Just 1? Okay.
Yes,
Those
just
are
1.
3 hits. Let me guess, 5, 5, 3. Okay! 3, 10, and 19.
You got the 3 correct.
Yeah. And that is...
Scorching Ray is versus touch again, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a ranged touch.
Yeah, unless your base attack bonus is a lot lower than I expect, those are all gonna hit.
No, spell attack is different than base attack, but my spell attack is higher than my base attack, so... So I'm going
Okay.
to hit at least twice.
Mildly sad, given that you're a magus.
Yeah, all of those are gonna hit. Like, what's your spell attack bonus?
It is my dex plus my int, so... plus 8. Which is exactly
Yeah.
the same as my base attack bonus.
Yeah, all of them hit.
Okay, then I roll for spell resist. That is... come on. Don't fuck me. Excellent. Plus my spell level, which is 2, or caster level.
Caster level.
So that's plus 11.
You succeed.
Excellent. And so that is 46 each. 12d6 of fire damage. Yep. Just kind of beam weapon it as it goes by.
Algerta, you're in good position to do some stabbing.
It doesn't even get an attack of opportunity against me, given that I'm basically in this blind spot. I mean, this probably won't even actually, no, I'm not even willing to... My character wouldn't be sure, so my character's casting defensively. So, first things first. Gain a +5. Oh. Okay, I needed to roll like a 2 to pass that, but...
Well, your concentration is on point today.
Apparently. Jesus Christ. And then... 1, 2, 3... Let's go. Fucking garbage. Anyway. Like, where'd that nat 20 come a moment ago? Anyway. Let me see here. 13 plus...
If you're casting defensively, I'm also going to need a spell resistance roll from you.
Well, the spell resistance doesn't kick in until it actually hits.
There.
Which, given the fact that I intentionally tried to lower my 2-hit to make sure I crit...
Oh. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, fuck. That's 28 to hit. At highest.
That's not gonna hit.
Yeah, I know. Well, it means I didn't burn the spell. I intentionally try to aim for vital spots and just give up the attack and don't hit if I... Anyway. Bother. Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Probably. I mean, this is just literally continuing its trajectory. It doesn't have much of a choice here.
Once more with feeling! Thank you!
You gonna confirm that crit?
Yeah, and watch me, like, not.
You are correct.
Probably not. One sec. Let me... Does that go until next turn, or... No, it doesn't. Huh. Well, in that case, that's a 29?
That does not confirm.
Damn. Well, that still hits, though, so... Also, that
Spell
tells me
resistance time.
Yeah, spell resistance time. Fuck you.
Apparently, this is going to be a hard fight.
Oh. Even with my inherent +2 racial bonus on overcoming spell resistance, that is not going to be enough. Since I think we're level 10. No, we're level 11, still. That's not going to be enough. Oh well, I guess I still do my normal damage. It's fucking this. That's +8, so...
14 damage?
Yeah. And 4 if that is electrical. I know the dragon
right.
just probably gets stabbed in its hind leg and it just hears BAH!
The dragon slows to up next to the wall and hangs onto it, and then chants something at you.
And I roll to recognize the chant.
Can I?
And Hasish, a horse appears in front of you and kicks you in the chest.
Motherfucker!
That's I don't need to roll to figure out the spell.
Does 8 hit?
No, it does not.
I'm not terribly surprised, but now there's a horse right there.
Also, I just realized that I had completely forgotten to roll for the mirror image before.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. So did I.
Yeah.
I guess I
Honestly,
did too.
the mirror images probably just got wrecked by scorching rays.
Yeah, not only that, but the whole if the attack misses by 5 or less, one of the pigments is destroyed. Pretty sure I've missed by 5 or less at least once, if not more than once.
Yeah.
Now,
I guess I'm casting Searing Light.
You're not gonna do something about the surprise pony?
No, that's his problem. Anyway, that 24?
That's a touch attack?
No, that was for overcoming spell resistance.
Oh, you succeed.
Cool. Range touch attack is what now? For spells?
Oh god, I don't know. I think it's meant to be the same as a regular ranged attack. But for now, just add your dex plus your, I want to say wisdom. Might be charisma.
Dexterity plus wisdom.
Have that.
Yeah, whichever is your spellcasting attribute.
Okay, so just plus wisdom. And that's 9.
Okay, you succeed.
Oh, cool.
One of the magic things of it having a touch AC of 8.
Oh.
I'll comment, I'm adjusting my estimates up. I suspect this is a mature adult.
It takes that many damage.
Oh man, once again, that many damage is being dealt.
Yeah!
Is that your turn?
Pretty much.
So there's a horse here?
Yes, that's why there's a horse there.
No, there isn't.
No, there isn't.
There is no.
Desync.
There we
Now
are.
there is.
There is horse. Okay. I'm climbing up the wall.
The horse is making attack of opportunity on that.
Ooh.
You taunted a horse. Does 16 hit?
No, it does not.
Oh.
Just die.
One
Yeah,
higher,
right.
it would have really managed it. Like,
It has a
it was
negative
really
to hit?
Yeah, it has a negative to hit.
That's amazing.
And I am preparing to, as soon as the dragon gets within jumping range, to jump on the back of the dragon. Yes! Yes, I know this is stupid,
Alright.
but
RKO. RKO.
I can just imagine me and the dragon are basically staring each other down at this point because both of us have been kind of unsuccessful in doing anything thus far.
I have boots of striking and springing, as well as expeditious retreat enabled. I can absolutely get there. If the dragon gets within probably about this amount, maybe? Pretty sure you can do that.
You have ranks in ride.
No, but I have ranks in fly.
Yeah, that's not going to help you here.
And stab.
It probably won't help your attempts to stay in the air, but you know, it'll do other things.
Yep. And I'm going to put Shocking Grasp on my sword. Yep.
So I see you have learned from my oddball tactics.
If it works!
Can I end your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
I actually prepare to do the exact same thing as last time.
Were you matadoring the damn dragon?
Yes.
Okay. Sean, could I get that explicitly, please?
Oh, the exact same. As soon as it attempts to use a breath weapon on me, I will... Or... I should really say, as soon as it charges me and attempts to hit me with something, I will do a...
Okay, very good.
forward angle attack with bladed dash.
Perhaps as you expected, the dragon leaps towards you. However, I do believe at about here it's interrupted.
Oh yeah, my frickin' Xander!
Rolling. Come on.
Wow, at this point at this rate we're gonna find you at the bottom of the abyss.
Oh shit!
Fucking salt or something.
You leap enthusiastically towards the dragon. You miss.
I've got slow fall, so I'm probably not that far down yet.
I did not move you very far down.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I imagine it was something like he tried dodging his jump, but forgot he had the ring, so we just glided over the dragon.
Oh!
Oh no, the explicit reason I jumped is because I have the ring. If I fucked up, I can fix this.
Yeah, but you
I
fucked
know,
up
but
because you
still, I
forgot
can
to
just
account for the
imagine
ring.
you miscalculated your slow ball. Well, okay, I guess the dragon's turn continues.
As it charges directly into you.
Wait, is that attempting to make an attack, or...?
Yes, it's attempting to bite you even.
Okay, well, I think that technically procs my
Yeah.
prepared action. You might make me required to do a concentration check, though.
You and I both know how you're gonna do on that one, but,
Okay.
Honestly, I'd say roll a reflex.
Hey, that's fine. Watch me roll that one. I mean... I think that's a 20.
My dice today.
You succeed.
So, I guess it's found me at its flank again.
Which side? Actually, I'll just give you control.
Like, right here, again. Yeah, it tries
The
to
dragon is getting tired of this.
It attempts to bite me, and it finds that I turn into a blur and, like, phase past it. And can stab it.
Something teleports behind you.
Wow. That's a very different set of rolls.
Yeah, that's gonna be unpleasant for it.
32?
Hold on. I need to double check. Hits?
Hits?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then roll to confirm third hit. Okay. This time I got the pattern down. This is the first time I've ever tried this tactic, but I'm learning. I frickin' scratch the fuck out of its flank and, Sure. 4... Okay, 51 damage. Mind you, I do
Well done.
overcome DR magic, so...
Yeah, you do. But it has DR magic, but that doesn't actually mean anything for this party.
Yeah. Anyways, well, it's not really my turn in the first place, so...
Yeah.
God damn, it's moving farther this time. Is it?
Yeah, because it launched itself in a charge instead of a strafe, yeah, it's actually moving significantly faster.
I guess I'm using my last searing light. Go, spin
He's just
the
over there. Lamp! Lamp! Lamp!
As frickin' as you see the magas take off flying and just start like jousting with the dragon.
Also, Gage, you think you might have felt some hooves hit your armor, but you're honestly not sure.
Fine by me. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's 15 for spell resistance. Probably not.
Yeah, that'll be a failure.
Damn it.
I can't fly. I'm probably about down here-ish. Fine.
Fly is a spell you can cast?
Yes!
Okay.
Hey, you're gonna
Also,
have to
I
roll
love
one.
all the dice at the bottom of the canyon. That's just perfect.
Even though you're slow falling, you're gonna have to roll one hell of a concentration check for that.
Hold on. I need to... Ah, yeah, okay. DC is 20 plus the spell's level.
So, 23. And, I don't think I have plus 20 to that. No, I have plus 16. So,
Hey,
20.
you're gonna need to roll slightly better than a 4.
Yeah, just slightly.
Apparently.
Uh,
I hope that wasn't your only cast to fly. Because if it was, you're in a bad place.
I have, I think, 2 more attempts. Nope, I have 3 more attempts.
Alright, you'll be fine.
I probably made it about here-ish. Yeah, about there-ish.
I'm gonna lower you a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just hear echoing throughout the canyon. Bullshit.
Bye.
Man, that
Hi.
summon Taurus really didn't do anything.
You're right.
Shit. How many tiles? Because I can't really tell. How many tiles away from it is it?
Like... Ooh. That's a good question.
Especially since neither of us are tile aligned right now.
Tiles are about 5 feet each, so about...
From its edge, I'd
6
say 4 tiles? No, 2 tiles. God, those distances are funky.
Oh, fuck it. Lightning bolt.
Blam!
I do not think I overcame spell resistance.
I don't think you did either.
It's just flying away from me, and I just turn around and just blam! It was still very definitely flying away from me at a higher velocity.
It jumps up onto the wall and bounds directly back.
Wow, but even though it was doing charge velocity? Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So, like, attempt to bite me or something?
No, it deliberately does not attempt to bite you.
It learned.
It rather goes for the guy in armor who keeps casting light at it.
Flashlight! Flashlight!
So that's a good question. Did it pass within frickin' AOO range of me?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Or me, for that matter. Amazing.
Gage, does a 22 hit?
I think 31 miss.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And I think Gage
And
said
yet-
no.
31 misses. So, your attack scrapes along the scales. Its attack scrapes along the scales?
The armor.
And Gage, there's now a dragon standing in a pile of rapidly disappearing flattened horse.
No! I was gonna name him Junior.
Just a summoned horse that's constantly attempting to attack you.
Or at least tried. Was. What the hell? Anyway. As a swift action, I'm casting Iron Skin on myself.
Okay.
Wait, I succeeded that check earlier. I have Wrathful Mental.
I think it's a bit late for that.
Yeah. Actually, no, I still wouldn't have. Oh,
Huh.
no. Just barely, though.
Well, I'm gonna smack it!
Wrathful Mantle is resistances, not concentration.
Oh. Okay. Never mind then.
So does 33 hit?
It does!
Yay! Smacking it.
You boop it in the snoot. I assume your weapon is considered magical?
Yes. Anyway, that's 22 damage. Oh, shit.
It rears back, noticeable dent in its face.
I called a bitch.
Fly! Thank you! Can I do a charge attack while flying?
You have the movement.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, the DM answer is yes, but not right now.
Yeah, probably get about there before. Actually, probably not quite there even. Because I move a lot slower while flying. Unless the expeditious retreat affects fly, but I don't see why it would.
And
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
Especially not being cast before fly.
Alright.
Well, alright. I am casting Shocking Grasp. And, you know, approaching it, but that'll trigger an attack of opportunity.
Approaching it will trigger an attack of opportunity?
I mean, presumably, since I need to get in melee range of it, and it has reach.
Fair enough.
Oh,
you're approaching me?
I was going to say, I'm going to also cast Davon's Parry, but, ooh, God.
Yeah, this is the part where problems are happening. Does a 39 hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so it crits you.
Yeah. This is gonna fucking hurt. Wait, what?
Does the plus 12 get multiplied by the crit?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Like, that is...
$52 damage.
52, yeah.
It's a good thing you cast Shocking Grasp beforehand, because that would have been one hell of a concentration check.
Yeah. All things considered, I think there might have actually been a slight error on my part due to the fact that, just one sec. Anyway, sorry. I think I actually made a slight error there. I don't think I should have been able to do Davon's parry. Not that it mattered. After casting Shocking Grasp, but whatever. Well, that fucking sucked. Anyway, I still get to make an attack, though.
Yeah, so it bites a huge chunk of flesh out of you, but you're in range for... The dice hate you.
The dice hate us.
Right now, the dice hate me, at least. Ugh.
Now, Dragon, we know what you're thinking, and the answer, he surprised you. Of course, if that dragon moves, he's going to be hit by a couple of attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, a few.
First part is that my frickin' AC is 33 right now.
So, faced with the success of biting a chunk out of you, the dragon tries for it again.
Fucking, well, this was pointless, but Davon's parry. I parry the goddamn dragon.
You slap its face to the side with no.
Carry this, you filthy casual.
Okay, Anatoly. It's gotten a bit close quarters.
Cool. I'm smacking it with Forceful Strike. Oh crap, is that spell resistance? Yes, yes it is. Sure, roll that first. That's looking like a 25.
You succeed.
That hit. absolutely phenomenal. Does 26 hit?
No. Unless that's a touch
Fantastic.
attack.
No, I think it's just normal attack. Yeah.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Alright. Asish?
I'm reapplying shocking grasp with my blade and charging him.
I'm not sure it would have worn off. Unless you cast a spell between then and now.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yarg! Please. Okay. Thank you.
Is that considered flanking?
Maybe?
Look at the answers, any.
Well, that is 14 plus 8,
I'll-
22. Dang.
I'll go with yes.
Oh, what's its AC?
A lot.
Great. Because I got 22 to hit.
Yeah, its AC is base 27, currently 31.
So I miss.
I'm not sure you can hit, except with a nat 20.
Yeah. Actually, do I add my strength modifier to my 2 hit, don't I?
Yes.
Oh, okay, then that's
Still not
28.
enough.
I have plus 6 to my
28 is a lot better, but still misses.
Yeah.
So, Elredith's turn?
Yeah.
And of course, when I say misses, I do mean skitters ineffectually across its scales.
Wait, wouldn't shocking grasp go off then?
Don't think so, no.
Okay.
Well, here's to frickin' praying. I spend 2 Arcana. All of my attacks this turn are now resolved as touch attacks.
Alright. That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
I defensively cast Shocking Grasp.
Let's see that constant.
Excuse me.
Did you just fail a concentration check?
No. I literally have to roll a nat 1 to fail with that check.
Alright.
And, well, unfortunately, I don't have the effects of haste. I kind of wish I had cast a different spell last turn, but whatever! Pretty much guarantee all of those hit, although none of them crit.
I mean, yeah. Its
Spell
touch
res-
AC is bad enough it'd be hard for you to not hit.
Spell resist. Fuck!
Spell resist is doing work.
I even have bonuses to overcoming spell resist. But no, I've literally rolled a 3 or a 4 for every spell resist check this entire session.
No, you hit it once, I think.
No, not with anything that I had to roll spell resist for.
Huh, okay.
Talk about waste of 2. Goddamn. Anyway. That's okay, 11 of that is. 44 damage, 11 of it is lightning.
Did you just...
Did I really?
You did.
The final fucking blow.
Lacerated.
The dragon's strength fails it, and it starts to slide over the edge of the cliff.
Oh, no, 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 no. Push, push.
So, first off, roll strength.
That was a beautiful dice roll. 18.
Okay. You're holding it on the edge of the cliff. Now what?
Can somebody help me with this? Dragon skills are really good for armor. Dragon eyes are magic. I'm pretty sure that liver can be made into some sort of really, really good meal. I don't know. I just know this is a lot of money.
That's a 21 to try and help push, I guess.
Okay. You can definitely... You'd be able to hold it up by yourself even with where it is now. So, a person flying can at least land.
I'm actually going to cast Flying Disc under it.
Yeah. It's like, we'll perch it across several objects.
Alright.
Will floating disc even hold that?
I don't think so.
It can help.
Yeah, we are kind of perching it, not lifting it.
Yeah.
You know, even though I basically
100
fucked up all my attacks that run, I'm pretty sure I'm still the one who did the most damage by a large margin.
Yep. No, sure as hell wasn't me. Alright.
I think Gage got a pretty good hit in a couple times.
We're tied for second place, Sean.
Well. Do we want to start butchering this now, or...
Honestly, as a dragon, I'd be more tempted to get a pro.
Yeah. Problem is, moving it.
Particularly over that bridge, which you know is not going to take the load.
Shit, and I don't think 2 floating discs will do it either.
I mean, it's 1,100 pounds of weight that it can take.
I try to think what an average weight of a mature adult is.
More than 2,000 pounds?
Yeah.
According to role-playing stack exchange, it averages out to a large red dragon is 2,700. I sit there and go, awkwardly carrying it by a fly might work.
The poor guards as you just drag this whole ass dragon corpse through the cave.
Oh, shit. Right, no, I don't think... Because that's how many days travel to get here, and there's no fucking villages or anything nearby?
I mean...
No, there is.
We got
On the
here
other
pretty
side
fast.
of the cave, there's a village.
Oh, excellent.
The villagers are gonna
It's
be
not a
real
city,
concerned.
just a village, but still.
Do they have a competent butcher?
Who knows?
You don't know. You were in a rush.
So, do we want to fly? Do you want one of us to go over there and ask, hey, do you have a competent butcher? We have a dragon.
I think even a competent butcher would have trouble in this position. I think we should probably just... I look at Gage. Do you want to fly?
I mean, I suppose I can.
Because I know that I am a lot less physically strong than most of you, and as for why Fly cares about physical strength, I am not sure, but...
I mean, I guess.
Actually, first I look at Hasish. Do you have any casts of Fly left, or...
Yeah.
Alright.
Touch. Fly.
And how long does this last?
1 minute a level.
No, 11 minutes.
Do we even have time to get the dragon over the damn crevice here? To the village?
I mean, you can probably get it over the crevice in 11 minutes.
Are we just going to... And today, we take a dragon to a village.
I mean, my character
Today's
personally
episode of shit we shouldn't be doing.
thinks that's at least the best idea for the moment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Was that a hidden dice roll, or was that visible?
Oh, that was hidden.
No, that was hidden.
Okay, cool. So, are you guys gonna start moving the dragon to the village?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say all the way to the village. Get it to the cave entrance, and then
So, yeah, I'd get through the cave, but...
yeah, get it through the cave, and then just... Shit, then we'd have to post a guard or something on it. Just in case somebody comes around and, I don't know, can root, burn it, lights it on fire or some shit.
That would be difficult, but okay.
You know what I mean.
I mean, you have
Room.
3 members, it's not hard to post a guard.
I mean, I as much as I like the rabbit, I don't think it's going to be an effective guard.
Again, you are 3 people. It does not take 3 people to find a butcher.
Oh, I was thinking leave it at the entrance and then check out the rest of this area.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. First, we move the dragon.
Yep. Eve. Oh! Eve.
Yeah.
Everyone roll strength. And I
Okay.
do believe Anatoly is flying now.
Apparently, I'm managing to carry my weight regardless.
That's a 15.
That's an 11.
I somehow got a 16. I somehow rolled the highest.
One person here knows what they're doing when they're flying.
That's fair. Me and my plus 16 to fly. Right now.
But between you all, you're relatively confident that you can keep it moving.
Yeah.
So, guessing you start moving it across the bridge?
It's either that or we're moving it directly to the
Eve. Oh!
cave.
Eve. Oh!
We're probably moving it across the bridge just in case, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it supports the 2 floating discs.
I only actually remember there being 1 floating disc, but yeah.
I thought you both cast floating disc.
I hadn't at the time. I mean, if the others asked me to, I probably would. It would just cost some arcana for me.
Like 2/3 of the way across the bridge, the floating disc snaps,
Oh no.
and the body lands forcefully onto the bridge, which, to your surprise, just takes it.
The fuck?
And you carry on.
Yeah, once we're done, I'm probably going to cast Detect Magic and double check the bridge because I didn't think of that. But
So I may or may not, the hidden roll may or may not have been for the structural integrity of the bridge. Yeah, net 20.
Nice.
Excellent.
And the rest of it being over relatively solid stone is
uneventful.
comparatively smooth going, yeah.
My fly spell expends way before either of the other two do. But
But you're probably prepared for it. Land, recast, move on.
more probably just helping from land side since we are actually dragging it at this point.
So, you get the thing all the way to the entrance of the cave here. And,
Oh, this cave's going to be a bitch to get it through, isn't it?
yeah, that's your general impression.
We can do this later.
I was like, why don't we just curl the... Let's curl up all the wings and joints and such and try to get it through.
Okay. Let's do it.
Hey, sit there and go, you don't happen to have, like, Shrink Person or anything, do you? I never actually learned that spell.
Shrink person only works on people.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No, I do not.
Oh well.
And I highly doubt the Dimension Door will let us do this.
Okay, so everyone reroll your
Actually-
strength.
I'm actually going to try something.
Oh?
This bastard casts spells. I'm casting Blood Transcription.
What does this do?
By consuming 1 pint of blood from a spellcaster killed within the last 24 hours, you can attempt to learn a spell the spellcaster knew.
We're about to be disappointed.
Oh, so it doesn't know any spells? Or...
Oh, it knows spells.
Okay.
Go ahead, finish. What spell do you end up learning, if any?
Select one of the available spells.
No, it is.
Yeah, it's a thing of, if it is available to me, then I can learn it for 24 hours. During that time, I can put it down on paper and perma-learn it.
Yep.
So, what's the dragon spell list?
I just sent it to you.
No?
Like I said, you're gonna be disappointed.
Wow!
It's pretty bare.
Oh, wow!
Remember, even if it's not an Amaga spell list, you could still copy it down in your spellbook, you just couldn't use it.
Meh. Alter Self and Mirror Image are the good ones. Shield, Silent Image, Summon Monster 1, Ventriloquism. And, the last one's just kind of useless.
Something you find vaguely interesting as you're dragging this along is its body is not particularly disturbing or uprooting any of the plants.
My character considers this completely normal.
That's... okay.
Actually, I'm slightly surprised that it still has that effect while dead, but... Anyway, you told us to re-roll our strengths.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I got a 12.
17.
That is a 23. Yes.
that, and personally, I'd suggest between my knowledge and Gage's heal, we're probably going to try and curl the dragon up to fit through as best as possible too. But
I don't think
Yeah,
heal
yeah,
applies to animals.
It's yeah, it does.
Oh, I do have handle animal though, so.
So, I'm...
You can curl up its wings and joints, and now that you're all solidly grounded, you're doing quite a bit better moving it. You're able to scrape it through the cave and over to the other side near the village in only a couple hours.
So I now have mirror image, it looks like.
Congrats.
hey, remember that it will actually cost money to write it down, though.
Yeah, how much does it cost to write it down?
Well, let me look that list up again while you guys decide what to do. I say I'll probably stand guard.
So, what are you guys doing with this dragon corpse now that you have it on the other side?
I wanted to leave it on, well, the other side of this area, and then, you know, take a rest, and go finish the area, check everything, you know, look at all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, I mean, you comment that and I comment, yeah, I'd be kind of interested in exploring too, but personally, corpses are best handled as fresh as possible, even if they are dragon corpses.
Alright.
Walk into town. Hear ye, hear ye! We want to sell one entire whole-ass dragon corpse.
Rather, it would probably be closer to, hear ye, hear ye. Anybody who's competent at skinning critters, get your ass over here. We have a job for you.
I would, well, my character probably isn't there, but it's like skinning dragon is probably more.
Okay, what are we going to do? Drag it all the way to the fucking castle? Or city?
Still, I don't think somebody used to skinning critters is even has tools that are capable of cutting through dragon skin.
Okay, then why are we taking it to the village? Why aren't we harvesting it right fucking here?
Because there could be one that, and it's probably faster for us to drag someone over here than.
Okay. I'll head to the village. I'm fast. Just kind of run into the village. Is there like a tavern or a city hall or a town hall, village hall?
There's a tavern. It also functions as the village hall.
Yeah, that's how it works. So I'll walk in and go, "Hi, adventurers, and we're looking for somebody to assist us with something. Any of y'all, any..."
A guard at the bar turns around and just goes, "Oh god, what did you do?"
"We have a dragon corpse. We want to cut it into very small, but more manageable pieces so we can sell them."
How big is this?
Well, it's about prestidigitation. Make a mural on the floor about the size of the dragon, because that's something you can do with prestidigitation.
Yeah, prestidigitation, about that big. The whole tavern goes,
We are competent adventurers. We're not competent skinners. If you don't have anybody, it's fine. We'll figure something out, but...
Well, hold on, I think I know a guy, the guard says. And then he goes out to one of the village houses. And a burly dude carrying a masterwork sword that is serrated walks out. "Skinning something, eh?"
Yeah! Dragon! About that big.
Oh.
See mural on the floor.
"What's the pay?"
Ooh! I actually don't know. I was thinking probably... at least 5 gold. More if it takes longer. I will assist, and if you want any of the choice bits from the dragon, we can haggle over it.
Good enough for me.
Alright. Plop down 5 gold as a first payment. If it takes a long-ass time, if it's causing his shit problem, if it's causing him problems, I'll pay more.
Also, I just realized that my character, most people
Immediately flips 1 gold over to the guard and says, "You boys up to carrying stuff? I'm guessing you once this is taken apart, you'd like it stored properly while you do adventuring stuff."
That would be excellent.
Righto.
And here I thought we were going to have to do it ourselves.
you know,
If I'm guessing correctly, you killed this guy over in the canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're already super grateful to you.
I just out of character. You know, my character didn't mention it, and most people probably don't even know what the difference is. But this crew was actually a primal dragon. Chromatic dragons are actually primal.
Huh.
So, yeah. Get back. So,
Tron?
you were correct.
While Elredith is guarding the body, Bun hops up behind him.
There you are. I place Bun on my shoulder.
Alright, continue, Asish.
Okay. Eventually we're going to get back.
It's not a long walk, it's like 5 minutes, if that.
Price is that close to the canyon, but still.
I'm actually going to talk to the butcher, or whatever he is. That is a very impressive sword.
Thank you. It's not for sale.
Oh, I wasn't asking to buy it. No. I'm guessing there's a story behind it.
You'd think so. It's not really that much of a story. You see, I needed a sword. So I went to a blacksmith. And I bought a sword.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it. That's... How much did it cost
Do I
you?
look like a bard?
To be fair, I have seen bards that look really not like bards.
Well. Suffice it to say, I'm not a bard. I'm not a storyteller. I cut things.
Well, not everything has to have a story.
They go over and just see this big ass, you know, mature adult green dragon.
The guy whistles and's like, "Yep. This is gonna be a bit of work, isn't it?"
Well, if we can help in any way. Also, if you're willing to teach me on how to cut something like this up, I would be actually kind of grateful.
Lessons are gonna cost extra. You know how annoying that can be.
Oh, absolutely. How much?
He genuinely is surprised by the question. Just goes, figure it out later.
Alright.
But, time passes? Are you actually just gonna stay and get lessons instead of exploring the canyon?
For now, yeah.
Honestly, I don't want to just leave the dragon corpse there, because if nothing else, my character's concerned that a dead dragon is likely to attract, especially in this sort of fucking place.
Something.
What about you, Anatoly?
That was aimed at Gage.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they're doing their thing, so I'm gonna wait around.
Hey, I'd probably trade off with Anatoly to get a full rest.
Yeah. I'm probably the only one who doesn't get a full rest, aren't I?
Anyway, you?
Yeah. Because I'm learning shit. And
Yeah, I don't know what skill really applies to cutting apart animals, but
Well,
you certainly have an excellent excuse to put skill points into it right now.
yeah,
I think that's under the survival flavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
I'm
Profession
rolling
Skinner
survival too.
would also work, I guess. I mean, okay, would I get a bonus to Profession Skinner? Or what have you?
This is... You know, yeah, I'll give you a +3 bonus specifically to cutting apart animals. And or dragons.
Excellent.
Since our party seems to be the kind who compulsively dismantles everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's bad to be wasteful, and it's money.
Yeah.
Oh, I
At
probably
the
get
end
some
of it,
healing
the
from
butcher
Gage.
looks it over, asks to go confer with the cook, then comes back and asks for a % of the meat.
Oh, absolutely. And, how much for the lessons?
You didn't haggle about the meat, so we'll just call it there.
Very well.
Besides, you were less annoying of a student than I was expecting.
Well, I'm glad to have been not annoying.
Yeah, hey Gage.
Yep.
Also, while we were taking watch and such, I asked for some healing because I got a big chunk bit out. I can just imagine they actually watched up and there's just this huge chunk taken out of me and I'm acting like there's nothing wrong.
Another Tuesday for an adventurer.
Alright, you take 20 healing damage.
Thanks.
Gosh.
I now have Profession Skinner.
You take another 20 healing damage.
Yeah.
So is that just I'm considered trained in it, or is that or is that an additional to the trained bonus?
That's just a miscellaneous bonus.
Okay, cool. So I have a +6.
So, also, I wouldn't say Skinner, I'd almost say rendering, or perhaps butchering. Because
Yeah.
you were definitely given lessons on properly harvesting the meat, separating the bones, maintaining delicate organs that may be valuable.
So yeah, probably butchering then. Anyway.
Butcher. Profession Butcher.
Anyway, and with the long rest, I'm probably back at full health, so.
After that, I'm probably going to try to take a long rest myself.
Not that it takes long for our group.
Yeah. How much? I'm just going to write down assorted dragon bits.
I'll add another.
Probably more than you can fit in the bag, so you may want to just start negotiating with the locals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to go to the butcher and go, hey, since we technically can't take all of that meat right now, you want a lot more?
I wouldn't mind. Not sure I'd know what to do with it, but I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, just like an entire fucking haunch of the dragon. Yeah, Billy. Where do you want me to put this?
Stares, blinks. On the table is fine. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Clunk!
The table creaks and then thuds to the floor.
Ooh.
All of the legs gave out.
You got change for a gold?
Uh,
I don't carry silver on me.
What? Okay, first off, why? Second, yes, I do.
Okay, excellent. So one gold is 10 silver, right?
Yes. But
Yeah,
that was probably not a character question, but yeah.
Anatoly,
Yep.
a guard walks up to you and hands you a bag full of money without even saying anything.
Thanks.
I hand him a gold piece and take 3 silver.
I asked the
For the
guard, I asked the guard real quick. It's like, is that the job payment?
Yeah. I mean,
Has the tax
technically bounty, but
has the tax already been deducted from it?
so this is paid by the government. Yes, you don't need to worry about it.
The government does not tax its own investments.
Or more like tax basically included by default. Anyway.
Yeah. It's one of the convenient things about killing things that have acquired a major bounty, is the major bounty is paid by that guard.
By the way, what is our income per player? Just so I can write it down now.
Oh god. It seems surprisingly low. You suspect this dragon hasn't been here long enough to accrue a decent bounty, because you only got handed 6,000 gold for 2,000 each.
Not terrible.
Excellent.
And honestly, the fact that we basically dealt with this the instant it became a bounty, I'm not surprised.
I have 50,382 gold and 60 platinum and 3 silver.
To be fair, a lot of that is actually effectively banknotes of to be paid at the next town, because we don't have this much on hand.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So we basically probably like store away the rest of the dragon in a proper way,
Yeah,
sell it or whatever.
we should probably buy ourselves another bag of holding for one of you guys.
But I already have the bag of holding.
It's like I have a bag of holding, but we should probably get a better one someday.
Yeah. We should probably get
A
one.
cook stops by, like you can tell he's a cook, it's just obvious, and says that I can't afford to pay for any of that, but
Free meals?
if any of it's gonna go to waste before you can find something to do with it, please let me know and I can start making it into jerky.
Alright, I'll
hang
tell
it out, make it so it'll keep.
Yeah, I
Pain in
start
the ass.
pulling out chunks of dragon meat.
This is
You
an
have
out of
turkey.
this is an out of character question. This is one of the universes where dragon meat expires much slower than normal meat.
Mhm.
Okay.
You still have a metric ton of it,
Yeah.
literally.
And in addition to proper storage, it'll probably last a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes quite clear that you're not going to be able to sell this for very much here, so...
I'm probably going to give the cook a fair bit. Go, yeah, let's say 3/4 of the meat.
I look over and I say, Okay, you might not be aware of this, but dragon meat actually expires very slowly.
Yeah, but Dragon Jerky is going to be a lot easier to sell to randos, to people than just the raw meat.
Maybe. I still wouldn't do any more than a quarter tops.
Alright.
Because once it's been turned to jerky, I'm not a merchant, but I'm pretty sure the value of the meat goes down drastically. Since it's also normally a reagent in addition to being food.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of which, I probably actually, if the village has any, I probably bought vials and bottled as much dragon blood as I could.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because dragon blood is arguably the best reagent it has.
You buy vials. The shopkeeper takes your money, then holds it back out to you and says, "Say, could I buy some of that blood?"
How much?
I am actually going to go up to the tavern and, like, hold out a dragon claw and go, "Do you want this?" No. Just, it would be an excellent story for people passing through the village of just, "Yep, we have a dragon claw. I would give you the head, but that's a lot of money, so."
If you're offering the claw, yeah, we'd love to mount it.
Excellent. Hand them the claw.
As to the question of the vials, as a DM, I don't even know how to answer that question.
I don't know. Just,
Well,
They ask to buy back maybe 1/20th of the vials they sold you.
yeah, I mean, just each vial of dragon's blood weighs 1 pound and has 60 gold in cost.
Oh, nice. Damn. Okay, let me just roll for the number of vials they have on hand here.
Can I buy a barrel instead and just fill the barrel?
Okay, yeah, they had 59 vials on hand. Can you buy a barrel? Yes, you can buy a barrel. You can buy several. By which I mean... Let's do this. 2! Okay. You're just taking apart so much dragon here.
I mean, it's a dragon.
Yeah.
And I now have another second level spell of Mirror Image.
Oh. The question is, how much space is available in your various bags of holding?
I'm starting to run out.
My bag of holding is a type 1 bag of holding. That has... I'm forgetting what the...
I think it's 250 pounds.
Is it?
I think.
Because I've used exactly 3 pounds. Yeah, 250. So, I have 247 pounds of available storage.
What about you, Gage? I think you keep stuffing things into your bag, so it's probably quite full as well.
Yeah, it is very full. Even though at level 3 I've got 200 pounds of storage left.
Alright. I'd guess that between the three of you, you can manage to fit probably another... Just straight up another 6,000 gold worth of parts and stuff in your various bags.
Alright.
And we'll need to sell it later.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I definitely prioritize the dragon blood.
You, at some point, you probably see his just grab a pint of dragon blood and just guzzle it down. Mirror image.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What?
Although a pint as opposed to a freaking pound of it. Why does each vial cost a pound? Or I have it weigh a pound.
What are we, in Britain?
Above all else, I'm mostly, if nothing else, I'm really thankful for the ability of Dragon's Blood to remove permanent negative levels.
Holy shit, it does that?
3 vials of Dragon's Blood. If you bathe in 3 vials of Dragon's Blood, you remove 1 permanent negative level. You can only do this once a week. But that is way cheaper than the alternative.
Anyway, after we're done bagging the dragon, I think we should explore this area. First off, the dragon probably has a lair somewhere around here, so...
You're right.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I don't anticipate you fighting another enemy soon. So I'm just gonna put this in notes now. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Okay. Is that per?
Yes.
Okay.
What's our total now?
Enough to level.
Excellent!
You guys are level 12 now?
Yep.
I am going to put +1 to my character level. That way, I will remember to do that. Who am I kidding? No, it won't. Anyway, I'm casting...
Boy, it's time for us to gain a new stat point.
Actually gonna go down onto this tree and look around on this tree. Is there anything interesting
I
about
don't-
this tree?
Just to make it an even number.
Sean,
Hi.
you have a good count on your current wealth, including equipment value?
I think I actually do now. Memento. For favor. Wow, okay, we are not going to be leveling again for a while.
Oof.
Current approximate value of all things is about, for me at least, it's 121,000 gold, roughly.
That's surprisingly high. Okay. You may be a little bit overwealthed for a while here.
Really? Even
Yeah.
though we're level 12 now? Huh.
Yeah. You're already above the level 12 expected.
Oh.
Oh well.
Well, you did kind of throw a dragon at us.
Two
Yeah.
dragons.
Do my actual leveling later, since there's a note that I need to. But yeah, we're not leveling for another 60,000 XP. Bit more than that, actually.
Tasty.
Ow. That perception check. 18. What do I see from here?
From here, you say? I'm gonna need to locate you.
Oh.
I'm guessing you flew over there?
Yep, climbed. I rolled an 18
Where's
on
your-
my climb check.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I was pretty sure. Yeah, I've got this.
Well, you can see where another bridge has been taken out. This one isn't even hanging, it's just gone.
But yeah, there's a crack in the valley that way, isn't there?
No. Okay. Which means that this climb was kind of.
Anyways, knowing that actually we were going to be exploring over here, I'm probably actually going to have prepared fly today.
Oh, I've got fly prepared too. Just
Funnily enough, I don't normally prepare fly.
This next section's gonna be a pretty tough climb there, Sish.
yeah. That is 22.
And also, you're far enough away that you're probably out of even shouting range of the other two.
I mean, I'm probably going to, having noticed that he's already started climbing over there, I'm going to be casting fly and.
Should I make a roll for this area in particular? Because this area doesn't have any.
Yes,
sort of-
you definitely. Honestly, you need a roll anyway. It's a tough climb, and it's spiky enough that it's getting hard to not stab yourself.
That is 24.
You are not confident in your ability to cross that.
Still, though, I mean, like I said,
Stone is bad for climbing.
I'm going to be casting fly on myself and going over to where Xander
Fine,
is.
I jump.
Roll acrobatics. Anatoly, what's your plan in this area?
Ow.
I'm on guard duty.
Well, because jumping from here to here is going to be easy, especially with slow fall.
Alright, you don't catch your landing well, you get stabbed in the arms and legs by several stone protrusions.
Ow. Ugh. Do I take
Damn
any
it, I was
damage?
hoping to assist him with that while flying. Oh well.
Do I take any damage?
Yes.
How much?
That much.
Okay. Rolling climb again. Yeah, 22.
You're just scaling along that wall.
Yep.
With that, you can make it to the next flat area. And at this point, you may want to wait for the rest of your party. As you can definitely see, there's the end of the canyon there.
That looks interesting.
Anyways, because I should be flying.
Perception check! Ow.
Probably would have got up to him like partway through. Anyway.
Yeah.
Are neither of you going to help Anatoly?
He said he was staying over there. I don't think Anatoly...
I was initially kind of worried, but I'm just kind of like, he doesn't have a way to get over here, does he?
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to come over, we will, but other than that... And he said he's just going to sit there and guard, so...
Why do Magus not have the message cantrip? Seriously?
Yeah, it's crazy, ain't it?
Well, because it doesn't take a whole lot of effort. Also, you made my character fly and then unfly again immediately.
That was probably a misclick.
Uh-oh. That's not good. My spell list is fucked up.
I probably basically dart back over here real quick and say, do you want to come along, or should we just come back as soon as we're done?
That depends on what you find down there. If you're in danger, just scream. Loudly.
I doubt you'll hear us, but... Alright. Well, we'll retreat if we encounter danger.
Alright.
Okay. And dart back over here. Because that probably doesn't actually take much time at all. Given base flight speed of 60. Is that an egg?
Looks like it.
First of all, detect magic.
Yeah, probably detect magic as well.
There's a random assortment of things in there that are magical.
I'm just gonna roll spellcraft to identify magic items in general, just to see which ones have the most distinct signatures. Be it strongest signatures or unique signatures. That's a 29.
Leaving aside the suspiciously round object in the center, you can see a few pieces of equipment here and there. Couple wands, a robe, a staff.
Any bags of holding? Or any bags in general that are magical?
Nope.
Damn.
Oh, by the way, Todd, when I said my previous wealth, I wasn't including the 6,000 pounds of random dragon parts stuffed in storage.
Yeah. So this pile here had already been placed. So, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you said a robe. I honestly just gonna take a frickin'. It'll probably expire my flight spell over the duration of this, but I'm gonna take a 10, or if I need to, frickin' spend the time to take a 20 on identifying things.
Alright. You dig through the treasure. You find, yeah, that stack. The staff is very disappointingly just a +1 quarterstaff.
Amazing.
Draconic reservoir.
That's a lot of money for just a +1 quarterstaff.
Right?
I think it's just whatever was shiny rather than whatever the dragon felt was actually valuable. It's magic, therefore shiny. Guessing these are cows and pigs and sheep and goats and
Several horses.
yeah.
He summoned ponies just to eat them? The monster.
I don't think summoned animals count as food.
You also see the remains of what was once a cart. And you even find a document detailing recent taxes.
Ooh, they attacked a tax cart. Looks like.
That's what we were told was attacked.
Yep. Scrolling, just kind of looking through the tax documents. Oh.
Roll will.
Roll versus boredom.
Yeah. You cannot stand to look through this any further.
Yep. Tax documents. Don't know what I expected. So, do we just start shoveling gold into our bags, or should I go grab Anatoly?
So,
Um,
notably, like, this was a pass. There's a path going on through the jungle, although it's gotten a bit overgrown.
Again, should we start shoveling gold into bags, or
Probably, and then share it with Anatoly, because the thing is, it'll be more work to get him over here and then leave again.
I've got Dimension Door.
That's fair.
And I'm pretty sure that...
Yeah, that looks to be in range.
Yep.
Like, I only have one cast of it prepped, so...
I have... 2.
Okay.
Maybe 3. Okay, based upon that, I'm hearing that we have to... I thought that it was, we choose a spell and we have that spell available, and we just have a pool of spells that we are able to cast.
Nope.
No,
You
we
prepare
prepare-
a specific number of each spell.
Oh, fuck.
yeah.
I've been doing this entirely wrong. I fucking hate that mechanic.
That's also...
Oh, that is a miserable mechanic.
That is even more the case for Magus, because Magus can spend Arcana to refresh prepped spells. That's why you only very rarely encounter me prepping a spell more than once a day.
That... So I thought this was working how wizards work, where,
That is how
Okay.
wizards work.
Oh, I thought wizards worked entirely different. I thought you had a pool that you prepare a spell and it goes into the pool. And you can cast your spells per day of that pool.
You're thinking sorcerer.
No.
Fuck!
Yeah, wizards are a bit of a nightmare to play, to be entirely
Oh, son of a
honest.
bit. So I've been playing Magus wrong this entire fucking time.
Looks like.
That's why I spend so much time carefully figuring out my list of spells and my Arcana points and everything.
Okay. That is... I do not like that, but okay.
Anyways, I'm also going to check this egg.
You check it. Yep, that's a dragon's egg. That's concerning.
Very much not sure what to do with this. Like, part of me wants to raise it, part of me doesn't. Don't really want to leave it either, though. Also, I racked my brains for dragon knowledge. What is its incubation temp?
I don't know.
I mean, it is a green dragon, but it's not like it's a red dragon. Oh, sh-
Okay. Basic 6. Okay, I have my prepared spells ready. So I'm going to dimension door over to Anatoly and go, found the dragon's horde, yoink, and teleport back.
An awkward moment where I realize that there is actually an entire Pathfinder handbook for specifically hunting dragons.
That doesn't surprise me.
I think it's more of a splat book, though.
Well, like I said, it's a handbook.
So, yeah, I'm putting into the spell list thing that we have. You and I have a thing for prepared spells. Unless that's what you meant by active spells.
I don't remember there being a list called active.
There's a list called active.
I'll have to check again. Speaking of which, with
I
the
might
level
have
up,
added it myself because it looks like to be a different thing than everything else.
yeah, because it's probably got to be because remember that remember that my prepared spells list is handled through a program.
Well, so about how much gold and equipment is here?
A lot.
Yeah, I figured that much.
Like 50,000 gold pieces worth of a lot.
50,000.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Like I said, you might be a little bit over-moneyed for a while. That said, amusingly, there's a good 20,000 copper pieces for you to individually pick up.
$50,000 divided by 3 does not divide well. Anyway.
That's okay, I said about.
Alright, this is gonna be the rest of the session. I'm probably gonna head off to bed. I'm falling asleep here.
Oh.
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 Just remember to level your character, yeah?
I already did.
Okay. Well, I mean, that session was hunting a dragon, so you can't say we didn't do much.
Yep.
Or more like jousted with a dragon.
So 50k divided by 3.
Is ugly.
Well, okay, so you have a problem here.
Yeah.
You can't just say, we have this now. Because you don't.
What do gold pieces actually weigh? Because traditionally gold pieces are just kept as an inventory.
Yeah. The thing is, when I say it was about that, I was including all of the gems,
Oh.
art, and magic items.
Right. So this is going to be, we're going to be hauling this shit off to nearby somewhere for a while.
Yeah. And there's this other question of, are you keeping the tax money?
Oh shit! Right. A lot of this is tax money. Shit. We got a rundown on the legality of adventures. This is a dragon's hoard. Is there anything on that?
Yeah. What does the law say?
It's, especially with tax money, it's not particularly legal. The rest of it, where it's entirely unknown where it came from, there's not going to be arguments, but...
Okay, how much of this is tax money then? Because there are tax documents, and screw it, I have the frickin' brain and willpower to read these goddamn documents.
Roll willpower?
Especially since
we could do a surprise tax refund.
Ugh. That's still 14, and I'm looking mostly for totals.
As you start glancing through, you become more intensely annoyed at not finding a single solitary total. You look at the beginning, you look at the end. Well, you think you're looking at the end. These papers are out of order, which is not helping.
Tap. Hand half of them off to Xander. Look for a total.
Unrolled an 8.
Yeah. Plus my will bonus, that is a 15.
I'm so amused that you're making willpower saves to read tax documents.
Also, my character probably has some experience, regardless of whether or not he likes it.
I'm also amused that you're consistently rolling poorly on that endeavor.
I mean, 15 is too bad.
You didn't roll a 15, you rolled an 8.
Yeah, a total of 15 though.
After much sorting and a very useful written page of what's going on, you determine that you're missing the totals page.
We don't have the totals page. So,
I could slap the pages down and go,
I say what we do.
is it time to pester a book wizard?
Yeah!
I'm
think
kidding,
so.
that's ways away. Well, maybe.
Look, we only know one book wizard. So, we only get to pester one book
I'm
wizard.
amused that Bun got dropped in the cart, apparently. Like, just sitting there like... And then we have space issues.
So, I'm not going to place this in the world, but you notice a sign in the distance. It looks like a road sign. You know, like pointing to the nearest city, which, judging by it, is actually quite close.
So, we have a cart.
No, we have the
Will
ruins
not
of a
even
cart.
remotely hold all of this, and it's meant to be pulled by horses, which are quite dead.
We are probably strong enough.
Like, floating discs, maybe. It'll be hard to get things not to slide off, though.
Floating discs are designed for that. They're
Yeah.
slightly concave.
Yeah, floating discs are more of floating bowls. They are specifically designed so that adventurers can haul treasure. I mean, literally, first edition, that was what floating disc was. This is how you carry treasure.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, were you going to make a knowledge check about the incubation temperature of that egg?
Oh, you actually want me? Sure. Alright, it's like assuming taking a 10 or something, you know, given the fact that I have a plus 19 on the knowledge check. Still, though, in that case, you know, that's a 31.
You have a think, you check some notes, and there isn't one. That doesn't need to be incubated to hatch.
I mean, okay.
So we find somebody who wants a pet dragon.
I'm not sure we could take care of it super well.
That's why I said find somebody else who wants a pet dragon.
Yeah. I also feel a little bad just handing it off to some random anybody, though.
Okay, that is why selling happens.
I will note that, wait, green dragons aren't inherently evil, are they?
Actually, in fact, they're one of the easiest to diplomat.
Huh, okay. Got that wrong. That should have been not a green dragon, but some type of extremely hostile one. Oh well.
Yeah,
I'll trade you
it
over.
flatly says in the ecology section of all the chromatic dragons, green dragons are perhaps the easiest to deal with diplomatically.
And even if not, we find somebody who wants a dragon to protect their castle or some shit. It's entirely possible. I mean, according to you even, there are evil entities in this world that are just part of life. Like the tax collector.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. My character's a bit hesitant about selling it to someone, but it's also a bit hesitant about whether or not you could even take care of it. He seems very conflicted about this as he counts coins.
So, rolling will. I'm going to try to total up the taxes.
We're in the docks.
Yep.
You do pretty good that time. You even double check your sums at the end, and you're pretty sure about the value of about 1,000 gold in quite large quantities of copper coins. And some silver. And even 1 gold coin.
Do I recognize where that gold coin might have come from?
Yes, you do.
Hey, my gold coin's in here.
Alright.
I figured it was possible, but
So, how much of this is gold pieces? Or, well, you know, money pieces in general?
I'm just gonna start pasting in notes.
Okay. PP? Oh, platinum pieces. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus.
Please do not crash. Okay.
Oh, God.
My computer is not liking Discord right now.
You find a solid gold cauldron and you're just thinking, why?
Who the pays taxes with the solid? Oh wait, no, that isn't part of taxes.
Rise is not completely deformed. But dragons are pretty careful with their treasure, aren't they?
Yeah.
A little surprised that rose quartz is so cheap. It's probably small.
I really
It's
hope
quartz.
the recording isn't fucked.
Yeah, that's fair. I remember rose quartz specifically being pretty expensive, but
I really hope the recording isn't fucked.
maybe not. Never mind.
I like that there are two each of two different sizes of amethyst.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although 90 gold pieces. Oh, that's coral. I thought that said coal.
90 gold pieces of coal. It's just a single lump the size of a cart.
Like, Oh, Lord. We're gonna have to do some carting, aren't we?
Yep. Come on.
Well, first things first. Actually, shit, right. Isn't there a collection tax on the treasure, or is that only tax on the reward?
Oh, there is.
Wasn't it like 5% or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's honestly not awful, and I'd prefer to stay on the good side of the law for now. Like, my character may not be lawful, but... You know, my character's neutral.
I
can just imagine the frickin' the ex-bandit and the intellectual just debating what the rough costs of things are.
Yeah. Now, what we want to do is lowball everything so that we pay less taxes. I don't like paying taxes in the first place.
By the way, is that the cost? Is that their value when sold, or is that, or is the sold
That's their value
half?
when sold.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure on the weapons and armor, but I believe it's when sold.
Okay.
Check, because their robe of infinite twine sounds like something that's going to have a very set value.
Did look it up.
Oh yeah, that is for the equipment. That's actually the value, not the value when sold.
And generally sells for half, right? Assuming no bartering.
Yeah.
And since we're planning on probably selling this crap en masse, then for your sanity. This is going to be a nightmare.
Yep.
Thankfully, a lot of this stuff is actually not horribly heavy. It's just high value for what it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I mean, the solid gold cauldron is pretty goddamn heavy.
Yeah.
And the heavy wooden shield has heavy in its name, so
Also,
one would assume.
I have questions about the royal orb.
Yeah?
As in, it actually appears to be a royal artifact?
Yes, it does. A local royal artifact,
Oh.
even.
Okay. Oh boy.
Okay, that will not be counted towards totals for now.
Yeah, that's...
One, it might be worth more if we return it to its original owner. Two, I'm certain people would get mad if...
We started rolling
Uh.
around with a...
Great. Also, a mithril hourglass that uses diamond dust as a...
Apparently the locals...
Yeah, someone was being exotic.
Like, it's cool as hell. Might even be used for some very interesting ritual spells. But I'm curious how much diamond dust is actually contained in it.
I would personally guess a bit under 4,000 gold pieces of diamond dust.
True, mithril is expensive, but it's not that expensive.
Yeah. While diamond dust, on the other hand, is definitely that expensive.
Although I have a lot of it already.
That was just a single bottle.
Yeah. What a nightmare to figure out. And that's not even including the fact that we haven't properly determined how much of a... Well, actually, let's be honest. Are we just going to stick with the 59 vials of dragon blood and that's it? Or...
The big problem is he did successfully gather 2 barrels.
Okay.
That's why I gave it in, gold piece value at the end of all that.
Oh, you just said dragon parts. You didn't specify blood.
That's true. The blood itself, oh god, I don't even know. Especially since you're not selling that, you're keeping it to take off negative levels.
Like, I might sell some of it, but...
How much is a vial?
Count.
A pound?
Mm-hmm. And 60 gold
Ah.
pieces.
Oh, Jesus. And the thing is, the dragon was big enough that you could probably collect that, especially since you know what you're doing. So, those barrels have between them about 1,000 pounds.
Oh.
Oh.
How you got them over here, I'm not entirely sure. But I'm going to allow that they're being kept in storage for you
Okay,
when you can collect them.
I do want to confirm one thing. So you're saying half the dragon's, or about a third of the dragon's body weight was blood?
Isn't that about average?
Actually, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Especially with flying
Yeah,
arrows.
that's entirely fair.
Especially with something that flies.
I guess you got a pro butcher over there who you tell him that dragon blood is extremely valuable, and he's like, okay, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to Google, a typical French oak barrel weighs roughly 90 pounds when empty. Full of juice, they weigh approximately 600 pounds. I'm like, ah, you have so much blood.
Ah, yes. We go by the actual methodology of use everything from the beast.
Yep.
Because, sure, it may take a lot more time, but it's worth quite a bit in total. Jesus
I did
Christ.
not know dragons were that valuable to loot. And then this guy had a horde. He always was planned to have a horde.
Why do you think dragons are a favorite adventure target? Also, please remember the fact that our party is technically of legendary status at this point.
Yeah,
killed a
you're
dragon.
really pulling
Oh,
it.
shit.
If you pay taxes on this, which I'm not entirely sure that you will, that'll go, the tax collector will have a happy day.
Tax collector even alive?
The other
know.
tax collector.
Yeah. I mean, given it's only 5%, I'm gonna be really tempted to. Especially if they're willing to, rather than running around trying to find buyers for all of this, if they're willing to take it off of us for market price.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Trying to piss off a different book wizard.
No, we show up to the same one.
Or make him happy, depends on his attitude.
To be honest, if the first person you encounter is a merchant, there's a fair chance that in exchange for you promising not to take this to anyone else, they'll get it done. Up to and including getting the tax collector over, and a nice one at that.
Yeah. I mean, that's your decision if that happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honestly, at some point, we're probably just going to start breaking out the floatery discs and
Piling them
Parting.
high with loot.
So, upon... By the way, did Xander just full-on die?
I'm here. Hello?
Uh,
Hello, hello?
it's in call.
Yeah, hasn't spoken for a while, though.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, hi, did your mic die?
I guess so.
See if you
Hello? Yeah, no.
can resolve that real quick. I'm gonna go and get something to drink.
Come on. Come on. I have returned, I guess. I did not know that I was
Rose.
not being heard up until this point. I've been talking this entire damn time.
And we've just been ignoring you or coincidentally answering you.
Basically.
You... I'm just gonna say, you take a closer look at the signpost pointing to the nearby city, and keeping in mind that you'll have to cut through a lot of foliage getting there because it has become overgrown, presumably since the dragon moved in.
Yeah.
There's actually a short description of the city carved on the other side of the signpost.
Oh, what's the description read?
I didn't come up with that, which was probably a poor choice on my part.
That was a poor choice.
But, yeah, in short, it's a reasonably large city. You know, it's not the capital city, but it's doing pretty good.
Alright.
And I have a name for it, but I don't remember the name. One moment. Jahas. The city of Jahas.
Jahas. Well,
Yes.
Asish is probably going to head into Jahash and Jahas, yes,
Jahas.
Jahas, and try to find himself a wealthy merchant, or a group of wealthy merchants.
I'm back.
Actually, fuck it. I'm going to use my thieves' cant to find this.
Wait, really? Wait, what is...
I'm going to ask, hey, is there anybody who's willing to buy a lot of things on the down low? And, just maybe...
I just
maybe,
attempted to summon you to a board, and I'm not sure it worked.
I mean,
Oh, there you are.
waiting for adventure to begin.
why does it say that there's a... Why is there a tiny little dragon there? Oh, world map.
Old tab names.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Is Jahas the...
Jahas.
Is that the city that we're going to?
Yep.
Yeah. According to the travel board, it's a pretty good one. Also, I absolutely love the music I've found for this place.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. Also, just to confirm, that place directly south is where we came from, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
The canyon?
Never even...
Yeah, again.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm saying, like, the castle, because I see where the castle is.
Okay, so
Our
that's
Valley's
the
Keep?
canyon.
I even named it that in the map.
Oh, for some reason I can't see that. Oh, no line of sight.
You're fucking shit. These,
Yeah, probably.
sea monsters must be utterly just titanic, motherfuckers.
They're representative, as are most things on a map.
Yes, and
Still might be absurdly large.
But yes, they're concerningly large.
we are a thing of bread. I could see us being like a dagger or something.
No, you're a loaf.
Why bread?
You're
So-
a loaf.
Or
Okay.
a loaf.
Why are we a loaf?
Also,
Why wouldn't you be a loaf?
I personally think it works pretty well, though originally I actually thought we were a pumpkin.
Yeah, same here.
Still, though, rip that dragon. Yeah, I'm curious, like, didn't I download the Dragon Slayer's Handbook?
Anyway,
You wouldn't download a dragon.
Yes, I would if I could.
shit me? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go to Jahas, and I'm going to... Shit, Thieves' Cant probably doesn't work here, does it?
Yeah, given the completely different
Everything.
cultural environment.
Yeah, that I can definitely...
There. No more complaining.
Hmm? Oh,
You're no longer a loaf.
I see. Well, that works. Meow! What, Isis?
Anyway, I'm going to be looking... I cast look for a merchant.
Yes, I do too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That die is just kind of hovering on ominously. Fuck.
You actually got
Ominously?
yeah, better.
I'm going to assume that Gage has stayed back to guard the giant fucking horde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hasish is probably going to go into.
So when you enter the city,
Okay. And
the
saying
first
to-
thing that catches your attention is a caravan that has stopped just inside the city.
Okay, that's... Well,
Yeah, you look at it and you go, yeah, that's what we're looking for, that one right there.
I mean, I'll check with Xander, because I've noticed that, my characters probably noticed by this point that our characters tend to starkly disagree on how to handle certain situations.
alright. Explain to me what's going on. Hasish says.
It's just like, well, are we just selling it to standard merchants? Like, a 5% tax isn't exactly much. We killed a dragon, so the governmental agencies are going to know we did it, so trying to escape that 5% is not going to work.
Yeah. Right.
I personally don't really approve in the first place, but that's beside the point.
We should probably pay the taxes. I don't like taxes. Where I'm from, taxes aren't a thing.
I don't blame you, but believe it or not, taxes actually exist for some pretty good reasons. I'm not used to tax adventures because it's a pain in the ass to get them to pay it, but... Also, out of character, this is actually a pretty hilarious example of the fact that our two characters basically have polar opposite backgrounds.
Yeah.
Since your character is a desert bandit background and my character is a runaway elvish noble.
Yeah.
Hold on, as an elf, don't you meditate instead of sleeping?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if that's ever specified anywhere. No. Just Pathfinder.
No. No, that's not actually a thing in Pathfinder. Okay. That's kind of sad.
So, I'm gonna go check with him. I'm going to see if I can find. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can find a better offer.
Maybe, I don't know.
Hanging out in the shady district and looking for a better offer.
Oh, wait, do you have any diplomacy
Looking
pluses?
for a better offer than market price?
No taxes.
Oh, he's looking around for no
Okay,
taxes.
you go to
things, so that's
hang
only-
around in the shady district. You
Uh,
become increasingly concerned at the lack of a shady district.
Finally, I
Is
just
this
returned
place
and go,
too small, or...?
No, I say you become increasingly concerned because there absolutely should be one, but you can't find it.
right. Where's the sewers? There's always criminal
I mean,
elements
do you
in the
ask
sewers.
that of a passerby?
No. I find an alleyway, sewers. Prestidigitation.
If you find the sewers, it's possible that this city, even if it's fairly large, doesn't have them.
Yeah.
So, You see something that looks like a sewer cover, but it doesn't seem terribly well maintained. Except for the fact that it's been sealed.
I go back to Elrodeth. Right, we're selling it for market price.
Like, that's what I... okay. Yes.
And taxes.
5%.
Yeah! That's still a lot.
A lot if we had to consider production costs, but
It's like a whole 2,500 gold.
I feel like it's
I'm actually also going to look for a if any of the merchants around here sell magical items, and if they do, how big of a bag of holding I can get.
They do, and the maximum size.
Excellent.
Yeah, like, you see
Fucking
a shop
expensive, though.
that's specifically tailored to not adventurers precisely, but people who get into fights.
Walk in. Bag.
And in it, there is a bag of holding that the guy advertises as specifically designed to carry large corpses. No fear of claws puncturing the inside of this.
you know,
Yep.
I have a side question. Does the Realm of Infinite Twine actually have to be worn to be used?
It doesn't say it does it?
Like, sure, it's not as convenient to use it, but
So I am buying
I-
that bag of holding.
I don't think it does need to be worn. I mean, it doesn't put an effect on you. No, it does. Look at the first two words of its description.
oh, the wearer. Okay, that's
I mean,
fair.
it doesn't require attunement. And so you can just put it on and start pulling threads out, but...
So I now have a bag of holding size 2 and a bag of holding size 3.
Also, I'd be really tempted to ask if I could just, since my armor is light armor, if I could just, whenever I wanted to use it, just temporarily wear it over the armor.
Yeah.
It's just a frickin' robe.
It's not recommended to do this in combat for various technical reasons, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Anyways, Jesus Christ. Yeah, or actually, that's not horrible. The max size bag of holding is frickin' just 10k.
Yeah, size 3 bag of holding. Fucking huge.
So the question is, are you going to call the caravan over to your pile of loot, or are you going to bring the pile of loot to them?
Honestly?
I'll look to them.
Well, no, I'd be tempted to ask. Although we were probably already hauling quite a large chunk of it.
All of your bags of holding are full of
Yes,
dragon
floating
parts.
discs.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That takes a lot of clearing of the jungle, though. I don't know if you'd have the patience for that.
You're right.
I mean, shoving it all in the bag and then hauling it over. One,
Wait, didn't you say this is...
Your
Oh,
bag of
no.
holding is still full.
It's
my
overgrown.
new one. How much is a
Okay.
size 3 bag of holding?
The point was how much you've brought with you. Oh, you didn't look that up?
Well, I mean, you said actually... What was Gage's bag of holding size?
Full of monster parts?
Exactly. We're probably also selling the monster parts. If we
Yeah.
can.
Oh, good God.
I've got assorted dino bits, I've got assorted dragon bits, we've got a absolute load of dragon and dragon blood.
So,
We've got a bunch of bones and scales. One dragon
regarding your vast quantity of stuff, of various monster parts, the caravan by the entrance offers to buy it all off of you at market price because they know some people who can pay above, so it's profitable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, just to confirm, Todd, when you say at market price, do you mean that the 50%, or do you mean...
No, I mean what I quoted to you earlier. I
Oh.
tend to just directly quote selling prices,
Okay.
because they're what matter.
Okay. Looking up enchanted equipment because yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of the enchanted equipment we're going to sell, but I'll start tallying up, you know, everything else.
Yeah, this might take a bit.
Except the royal orb.
It's to the extent where you start unloading the monster parts, and they immediately start loading it into a cart and send it off.
Yeah.
And you realize that these are some frickin' efficient dudes.
Yeah, they probably weren't expecting to hit a sudden gold mine like this, but... as a random passing adventure group starts unloading, large quantities of dragon parts.
Yeah, they appraise and it's like, killed 12 hours ago. Yeah, I'm not gonna question it.
Also, I've got these. I pull out land dragon bits, you know, dino bits. I also, if you really want, I've got some scales and bones from a ghost dragon.
Potentially useful as reagents. Oh,
You'll
I
have
bet
to
those
keep
would
some
sell
of them
really
just
well
because
in low Galar.
I also have...
Not selling the mithril hourglass, by the way.
As you please.
Hey, has diamond dust in it. Have you noticed the fact that I compulsively hoard diamond dust?
Yes. You're doing the...
Look, I leave you guys to write down the values and such.
Yeah, I know. Let's see here.
So, how much for the dino bits?
Did I not give you a price at the time?
No, you did not.
Ah, hell.
Oh, we actually sold most of the dino bits directly to the...
Yeah, most of them. But I still have some left.
I'm just gonna pick a number and say 1,000 gold after taxes.
Excellent.
Okay, that much, and then...
And... for the ghost dragon remains, what's left of them?
I mean, there's not much left. You did already sell most of it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
I feel like we did.
Yeah.
And I probably asked to keep at least a little bit of it, just in case.
Oh, never mind then. If he wants it, I'll keep it.
Oh. I mean, I only need
just a little is what you have left, so...
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, then the royal orb and the hourglass and excuse me. That frickin' platinum though. Minus 1,000 gold off of that because that was originally part of the taxes. And then that's the amount we made. And then, for the sake of taxes, I need to calculate the total value of everything we got. And I mean everything.
Are you going to be turning in the 2,000 gold worth of copper coins that was originally taxes? Or are you just gonna forget about that?
Oh, 2,000?
Yeah, 2,000.
First of all, yes, I was actually calculating that.
Okay. And I mean that were originally taxes before you found them.
Yes, that's part of what I was calculating.
Okay.
And because we were turning that in, I'm not counting that towards our
Total.
Total that gets taxed.
So, as you're going through, do you attempt to sell the royal orb?
No, I am not selling the royal orb. As a matter of fact, I intend to go directly to authorities and inquire about it.
Okay.
I'll do that, actually. If you'd like.
Are you actually going to do so?
Yes. I don't like taxes. But something of the royal family? No, that belongs with the royal fucking family. Unless they're tyrants. They might even be. I don't... It is their property. Literally the only lawless thing my character does is not like taxes.
At least presently. Did a lot more in the past, but... Anyway, it's just like... Well, in that case...
And as a hook for next time, I will point out that as you're traveling the town, you hear on numerous occasions mutterings from the guards and from other combat-capable people about those damn goblins making a push again.
Goblins, you say? I'll literally just walk up to it.
Yeah.
Bounties yet, or?
First off, there's a bounty per head, but given we're talking about goblins, it's not exactly exciting.
Yeah.
If
What?
you can make the problem stop, there's a much larger bounty. I don't think you can. Those goblins have been a problem for near on 200 years now.
Hey! Never doubt an adventurer when money's on the line. Even if we don't, we will, by hell, put a dent in it.
Yeah, honestly, like, I would be doubting you, but I heard a rumor that you just showed up with freshly killed dragon components.
Yep. Speaking of which,
Big ones.
know anybody who might be interested in a vial of dragon blood? You've got a few too many.
Noting that you're currently talking to a guard, he shakes his head like, sorry man, that's just not what I think about.
Alright.
Okay, not including those. And then there's the question of what we're actually selling, but I feel like we're going to be selling the quarterstaff, the shield, and maybe the scale mail.
Yeah. Oh, what's the shield? Never mind. No, I don't use shields. We don't use
Yeah,
shields.
if it ain't a buckler, we don't care.
Yeah.
If it's a buckler, we might...
Unbelievably large amounts of dealing with this mess.
Hey, we're very, very thrifty adventurers compared
Actually,
to a
I'll
lot
ask
of
the guard,
players.
hey, do you think the guard might be wanting some scale mail, some, a shield? Now, thereabouts, that kind of stuff? A bunch of enchanted stuff we found in the Dragon's Hoard.
Just to make sure, Todd, I will check all of the enchanted gear for either inscribed names or arcane marks.
I assumed you would be doing that,
Okay.
and the heavy wooden shield actually has a family crest on the front.
Okay, that is not included in the sell list then.
Yeah.
But the guard would be very happy to buy any combat useful items you came across, especially out of a dragon's hoard, given their habits of what to keep and what to toss.
Actually, what I know about the the family crest on that shield?
You
That's
probably
pretty
would have.
obvious.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd actually pull up like a rubbing or prestidigitation onto a wall, a image of the crest, and go, you know who that crest belongs to? We found one of their shields.
My brain just told me to say, yeah, the House of Mitsukuni, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do that. That is completely the wrong etymology for this area.
Yeah, that's like on one hand you totally could. On the other hand, that does seem a bit out of place. I mean, it very well could be out of place.
He looks at it and goes, ah, damn, I've seen this around. It's in the city, too. Hold on. I don't know their name. Call me a shitty guard if you want. But it's... their manor is 3 streets east of here.
Thank you.
You can't miss it. They have their crest on the front and everything.
Excellent. I'm gonna go to Elder Diff. Found a buyer for the shield. Or, well, somebody we can get the shield to.
It's like found a. Oh, it's got somebody to get the shield to. So you found the owners.
Yep.
By the way, but I'm going to double check on tax law. Returning items to their original owners isn't counted towards the tax, is it?
It is. It should be taxed. It is one of the least commonly enforced taxes. Mostly because nobody asks this random person how much they paid the adventurers for getting their stuff back.
And even if they do,
Like, especially individual items like this, you should pay taxes. Doesn't mean you're going to.
I mean, in this case, it's specifically looking at the laws for loot taxes, not for request completion taxes. So,
Yeah, it's just considered selling loot. The law doesn't really care who you're selling it to. If you're returning it for free, there are no taxes.
well, in that case,
And
I'm
yes,
definitely not
there's a
counting
lot
it
of-
as a-
Opportunity for exchange of goods that are not considered to have a monetary value there.
Honestly, my character is probably very used to the sorts of fuckery that goes on with taxes.
Mm-hmm.
so you wanted to take it to the house, or do I do it?
And it's like, yeah, I will. Just give me a little bit.
All right. As I'm still trying to find. Why can't I find you?
Hey, okay, that's the total. That's the total of that, and then the total I need to be applying taxes to is. Holy shit, the Wand of Darkness is expensive. Also, I feel I should ask, do any of these wands have expended charges?
Ooh.
Or are we just assuming no for convenience?
Repeat that. I'm looking.
I wonder
at that
how
guy.
long I've been muted. Are you keeping them?
I was certainly considering it.
Then... yeah, they're going to have expended charges. How many charges does a wand have?
Depends on the level of the spell, if I remember correctly.
Oh, god damn it.
One sec.
So, are you going to be taking that shield over to the noble's house?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You pass a member of the caravan engaged in lively debate with a tax collector.
Yeah.
There's something we can help with that, or
They're just haggling over how much tax is going to be paid on the individual items.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a Type 4 bag of holding. I did not know that, and it's 10,000
Yeah,
gold.
it is.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about before.
And you can very much afford it.
I am affording it.
Thing is, I remember saving up for something specific, and I feel like I might have enough money for it now.
Bought that.
Not sure though. I'll need to double check in a bit.
And now. But,
Anyways.
also, can I find a flying carpet?
Oh my god.
I want a good...
Okay, sorry. No, the wands have 50 charges.
50 charges, eh?
Yeah.
The Wand of Darkness has 29 charges remaining. The Wand of Color Spray has 46 charges remaining.
Okay.
And the Wand of Sleep has 34 charges remaining.
Mostly interested in that because a couple of those spells are not in the Magus spell list. Plus, given how limited our preps are, wands are handy. Plus, I have a spell to fit a wand inside my sword. Oh, if I really want to, I can just like simultaneously wield the wand and my sword.
How much can I sell my Belt of Giant Strength +2 for?
Are you meaning to upgrade it to a better Belt of Giant Strength?
I was thinking Belt of Physical Might, actually.
Wait, what?
And that's how much is being applied by a
So Belt of
tax.
Physical Might is like Giant Strength, except I also can get either Dexterity or Constitution at the same bonus.
Yeah, that's
Why
true.
not
But
go for the Belt of Physical Perfection?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I did not see that, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's the go-to.
It's basically best in slot. Period. And that time.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, so the answer to your question of how much you can sell the Belt of Strength for is half of market price.
Okay, so 1,000.
Okay, include that in the tax.
Now, do I want to save up to 77,000 gold? Or do I just
I would like to
buy
point out
32,000?
that you can upgrade belts of physical perfection and giant strength and whatever to the next level
Can you actually?
for the difference in cost.
Okay.
Although
I
it can take crafting time if you go that route.
wasn't aware that it actually had an upgrade path. Anyway.
Yeah, not only does it have an upgrade path, but a lot of times, because there is an upgrade path, shopkeepers will just straight up accept the difference in trade if they have the bigger one available. They can
Alright.
just
Alright.
upgrade. Yeah.
Oh, then
Okay,
I will...
the total we're gonna get per player isn't actually gonna be huge, but
It's still a concerning amount of gold.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a headband
There we
that is
go.
the same.
Yeah, there is. I forget what it's called, but there is a headband that does all the mental attributes.
It's really expensive, though, and odd. Actually, wait, I think there's only headbands that do 2, not 3.
Whatever. Charisma's a dump stat anyway.
Oh, nope. Headband is mental superiority.
Ah,
Alright.
Does all 3.
fucking expensive, if I remember correctly, though.
72,000, same as physical perfection. Thing is, I don't use my charisma all that much. Because I think Elrodeth and... no. I think Anatoly has super high charisma. Anyway, the house. Did we do that already? I was looking at...
No, not yet. We were busy.
I'm not even sure which characters are going to be doing that.
Probably,
Yeah, Hisishi's going.
yeah, we're just turning something in, so we shouldn't need to be super charismatic.
Yeah.
And by the way, Todd, when I said I calced tax, I'm including the tax for the things we didn't sell, too. Yes, I proper...
very respectful of you.
Yeah. Like I said, I was gonna fully calc tax just to make sure that, 1, my character would do so. 2, for a little bit of your sanity.
I appreciate it. I mean, I wasn't planning on super enforcing the taxes anyway. As it stands, you're making enough of an effort to pay tax that the tax collector is going to be like, yeah, they're fine.
So that's a nice additional 5,500 gold. That's not including what we're going to get from the Royal Orb and value in...
I'm just going to amuse myself by, well, I suppose you'll see. So, you go to the house in question.
Yeah.
You're walking down the road, and indeed, it is obvious there is the same crest on a door.
Yep. We'll probably approach and knock. Assuming we don't get stopped by guards at the gate.
No, it's right up against the road. So you approach and knock. A butler, in a suspiciously martial arts stance, opens the door. Then, what, are you just presenting the shield?
Yeah.
Hello! We're here to return something stolen from you.
Yeah, it catches a glimpse of it and goes, oh my, one moment. And closes the door.
Didn't even invite us in.
I was like, he's probably in a rush, especially since I bet you it's from a dead family member.
You hear shouting, vaguely. And then, a lady opens the door. It says, you
Joe's shield.
found Avon's shield. Where did you get that?
Unfortunately,
Please come in. Sorry.
We enter, and I'm like, unfortunately, it was within a dragon's hoard over the ravine down south.
Well, we had suspected. People who go missing aren't... It's not a good thing to be in this area.
Yeah,
Yes.
given how quickly it grows over, I bet you... You usually don't even find corpses, do you?
Rarely, if ever.
Is there anything we can do for you, or...
Just the closure is nice. May we have the shield back?
Of course.
Yes, that's what we brought it here for.
Thank you. They're spellcasters?
That is
Yes, actually.
Actually, Hasish doesn't look much like a spellcaster. He looks like a fighter.
I mean,
Yeah,
my
but
character
one
looks
of you does,
mostly like
which
a
is enough.
spellcaster, but clearly wields a rapier. So, my character probably gives mixed signals, and I bet Magus aren't exactly super common.
Yep.
Then, please. She says, slightly surreptitiously handing you a vial. Thank you very much for returning this. You're very kind people.
You're welcome. I'm sorry that we could not save him or anything, but... Well, know that the dragon that probably killed him is dead.
Thank you very much. I'm going to speak with the rest of the family. You can stay for tea if you like.
We can probably stay for a little while. We've already dealt with most of the stuff. Yeah, sure. Just in case any of them have any questions. Well, I turn to Hasish. Do you want to go and continue dealing with what little we have to do with the merchants, or...?
Not yet. I think
Okay.
that... In the past, it has been good stature to explain exactly how the monster that killed their family member died.
Yeah. Well, if they wish to know, then yeah.
If they wish to
Sure.
know.
Anyway, regardless, yes, we will stay for tea.
She nods, motions to the butler, and then practically runs up the stairs. The vial that she handed you contains about 1,500 gold pieces worth of diamond dust.
Well, she knows how to make a spellcaster happy.
Turn to the butler. I saw that stance you came out with. Were you expecting hostility?
It's always good to be prepared.
Yes. That is true. I've not seen such things before.
You kind of look over and say, I certainly have.
We don't get a lot of martial artists in the desert. And, a lot of the time, if they're...
He stares at you blankly for a moment and says, "Desert?
Sand. Lots
Or
and
from
lots
afar.
of sand, as far as one can see. We're not from these lands.
You what?"
Oh, we have a story for you.
Yes. We are from, very, very much abroad.
I give the name of the desert I'm from. I'm like, I lived there my entire life. It was until very recently that I saw more than probably 5 trees
Hold
in the
on.
same area.
This sounds like a story to tell to the whole family.
Yeah,
Alright.
especially since international situations probably will change in the near future.
That's a concerning sentence. But I suppose I ought to look forward to it. We're not the first town of contact, but boy, we are the biggest in the main area the first in the main area. It's gonna be good for business. Which reminds me, how are the bridges doing?
One.
One?
Held up a figure. One. One left.
That's gonna take forever to put back. Damn it.
Are you the... Is this noble family the lords of the area in general, or...
No, we're lessers.
Sounds like you have fairly large reaching mercantile reach, though.
Yes, though that's specifically what we've made our livings doing for the past, pretty much the entirety of the length of our family history.
Okay, I'm sorry, I need to go for just a moment. My grandfather is shouting for help with something.
As I go, So we probably should have talked to you first about selling the dragon bits.
Who are you talking to?
I give the name of the merchant company.
Ah, yeah, you did talk to us first.
Oh,
You're
good,
fine.
Good. It's always best to cultivate friends wherever possible.
Oh, absolutely. Eventually, the rest of the family comes down. And, listens excitedly to the story of both A, what happened, and B, where you're from.
I will go one step further and legitimately talk about, legends of the desert. Scorpions that reach sky, they say, with their tails. A sandstorm that is really, really pissed off. Crap like that.
As you're talking, some of the people say that there are legends of such places. Only legends, but they've heard of them before, and you're describing exactly the same thing as in the legends.
Well, if they're legends, I could be taking them from the legends. But I do have some proof. I take out my journal and start reading out some of the descriptions of landscapes I've passed through. Towns I've been in, and I'll use prestidigitation to create little murals of different places I've been, things I've seen. I showed them a camel. Pretty sure that they'd be impressed by that. They're like horses.
They remark that it's a very strange horse.
Camels are like horses, except they spit. And, really hard to kill. At least, the desert can't kill them very well. Asicia's clothing is desert wear, by the way, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, I'm guessing the number Sean sent there isn't including the platinum pieces, because you should have really quite a lot more than it.
I think that's just the materials.
Right. Yeah, that does actually look about right for just the materials. Oh, I should rename this. Now that we're here.
Yeah. I think this session's about up. We have gold to distribute, and
There we are.
we have gold to distribute, and shit, whatever it's called. Oh. Why can't I think?
I could drop
And,
some
levels
additional
to
plot
gain.
points if you want.
And levels to gain.
Yes, that's a thing you need to do as well.
Yep. I think that's end of session.
It is going to be so long before I'm ready with the goblins. Like, I've probably spent 6 or 7 hours on just the one map of probably, like, 6. It's seriously going to be a retardedly large number of goblins.
Yep, I can see that. Well, ending recording in now.